The man in the bed is a ritual. If done correctly, it can ensure good luck and even bring about a lifetime of good fortune. Unfortunately, there are consequences for playing the game incorrectly. Before I start, be aware that I do not condone the practice of this ritual, or, as some would say, the playing of this game. I suggest you only listen to this as entertainment. You can even relax with a blanket and hot coffee. That is a safe choice. This ritual is not. If you still wish to go through with the ritual, you must prepare. There are many requirements that must be fulfilled for the ritual to even work. First, you must be alone in whatever residence you're living in. This means no guests or roommates. If you live in an apartment, the other tenants should be gone for the night. Hotels, dormitories, condominiums, or any building that has at least one other person cannot be used for this ritual. Pets are not allowed either. The living space must have at least 4 rooms with doors. This means that most living rooms, kitchens, and dining rooms wouldn't count. There also must be at least 1 full flight of stairs inside the house. A couple steps don't count. These requirements exclude other types of living spaces, such as bungalows and small apartments. The final requirement is that whatever living quarters you're in has at least 1 bedroom with a bed. This bedroom must be upstairs. If you live somewhere where these requirements cannot be fulfilled, it will be impossible for the ritual to even begin. If this is the case for you, consider yourself lucky. There are also some items that you need for the ritual. It is important that you have all of these. Some of them may be necessary just to start the ritual. Others aren't needed to start the ritual, but if you don't bring them, you are guaranteed to fail. A flashlight with new batteries. Recently changed batteries aren't good enough. You must put in new batteries right before the ritual. Make sure they aren't expired. Flashlight itself should be of excellent quality. An alarm clock. A phone doesn't count. It must be an actual alarm clock. A mirror in the room you sleep in. It should be a wall or vanity mirror, not handheld. A permanent marker. A blindfold, sleep mask, or anything else that covers your eyes. This is the most important. To start the ritual, you must go to bed before the sun goes down. It won't work if you go to bed when it's dark. You also have to fall asleep during that time period, so you should do everything in your power to make sure you're tired. Set your alarm to 1 a.m. You don't need a flashlight yet. When you wake up, it will be dark out, and you'll probably feel like an idiot who set an alarm for the middle of the night. This is because the ritual hasn't begun yet. This is a great time to turn back. This will be the last time you can. If you simply wait 10 minutes, you'll lose your window. Then you can go back to sleep or watch a movie, anything but perform this dark and dangerous task. If you don't wait 10 minutes, then you have the option to begin the ritual. To do so, go to your mirror. With your permanent marker, write on the mirror the following. Tonight, there will be a man in the bed. The man in the bed. The man in the bed. Man, man, man. Gather your flashlight and blindfold. Drink some water and use the bathroom. Go back to bed as soon as possible. Set your alarm for 2 a.m. You want to get as much sleep as you can. When you wake up, get out of your bed immediately. Take the flashlight and the blindfold. Leave your bedroom and go downstairs. Shut the door. Move quickly. Do not look at the mirror under any circumstances. When you go downstairs, it will be unusually dark. You will probably try to turn on the lights. They won't turn on. Use your flashlight to navigate downstairs if necessary. Use your flashlight sparingly. If you hear any kind of noise, shut it off. It's this part of the ritual that's the most dangerous. Your only goal now is to avoid seeing the man until the sun comes out. It will be the hardest part of the ritual. You cannot back out of it at this point. You must follow these rules in order to complete the ritual successfully. First, you will hear footsteps upstairs. Do not attempt to call 911. Your electronic devices, as well as any type of phone, will not work. Do not attempt to leave the house. You won't be able to. Do not go upstairs. That is a grave mistake. Get as quiet as possible and pay attention to the footsteps. If you hear footsteps come downstairs, turn off your flashlight and blindfold yourself. Do not remove your blindfold until you hear the footsteps recede upstairs. Under no circumstances can you see the man in the bed. If you look at him, you will fail the ritual. You should blindfold yourself whenever he comes within your vicinity. You may think that it's logical to simply sit in a chair all night with your blindfold on. This is not a way out. It is a terrible idea. The best thing you could do is walk around downstairs. Avoid going near mirrors. Closing doors behind you is risky. Do not try to hide anywhere and corner yourself. Don't make noise, such as running water or dropping things. Keep your flashlight on as little as possible. This will be difficult to do. It will be obscenely dark and almost impossible to move around. Knocking into things will also make too much noise. No matter what, your flashlight will die during the ritual. If you try to preserve it, it will still die, but it will die later. You don't want it to die early on. When your flashlight dies, it will be obvious. The flashlight, whether it is on or off, will flicker a strange orange tone for a second. It will then turn off. You will be unable to turn it back on. Make sure it is definitely dead and that it didn't just flicker. When it really is dead, you need to do something extremely dangerous. You need to go upstairs and open the door to your bedroom. If you wait too long, you will hear running down the stairs. If this happens, you have almost no chance of survival. Go upstairs and open the door to your bedroom. You cannot be blindfolded. Look at your bed. You should see a lumpy shape, as if someone is lying there. When you see this, immediately drop your flashlight and run downstairs. If your flashlight died late, you should notice that in a few minutes it gets abruptly brighter in your house. Not only is the sun rising, but the entity is gone. You are safe to go anywhere in your house. You have successfully completed the ritual. You will have good luck in the morning if you complete the ritual successfully. There have been varied reports. Some have been of raises or improved romantic relationships. It can also be more personal. But what if you failed the ritual? There were many instances where you could have made a mistake and failed. Consequences vary. Here is the list. Taking too long to get back to bed after the ritual has begun. You need to get back to bed quickly after you start the ritual. This is so you can fall asleep before the 2 a.m. alarm goes off. There is an alleged report that somebody went to bed 10 minutes before 2 a.m. in an attempt to fall asleep. This person heard grinding noises followed by laughter. They ran out of the house. The last update stated that they were on the run. Every time they tried to fall asleep, they would hear those sounds again. Taking too long to get out of bed when you wake up at 2 a.m. The man in the bed will find you. You will see him. Looking in the mirror after you get out of bed, you will see the man. Not shutting the bedroom door. This is not known. Reports state that anybody who leaves their bedroom door open while leaving their room at 2 a.m. fails the ritual. It is widely believed that this is simply an indicator of sloppiness which causes these individuals to fail. There is only proof of correlation, not causation. Some believe that closing doors during the ritual contains him in certain rooms. This would explain why you should avoid closing doors once you are downstairs. Not turning off your flashlight after hearing noises upstairs. The man will come downstairs. You will see him. Going upstairs before your flashlight dies. You will see the man. Staying in one place all night. The man will be able to sense you and find where you are. You will see him. Staying in one place all night with your blindfold on. The man will be able to sense you and find you. He will take your blindfold off. You will see him. Looking in mirrors. He will find you. Closing doors behind you. Reports state that closing doors may attract him. You're only supposed to close your bedroom door. Cornering yourself. If he starts wandering around, you won't be able to escape him. You will see him. Making noise. He will hear you and be able to find you. Your flashlight dies early on. At first, this won't seem like a big deal. It will die eventually. However, if it dies too early, you will have to go through more of the game without a flashlight. Some reports have also claimed that the man in the bed starts acting differently after you go upstairs and see the shape in the bed. One report stated that an individual's flashlight died at 2:45 a.m. At 3:30 a.m., the man began running throughout the house. He found the individual. The individual saw the man. You wait too long after the flashlight dies. You will hear running down the stairs. Only one report says what happens when you hear running. The report details a woman who was able to run out of the house after hearing the running. The report claims that this woman was unable to sleep after this. Staying in the bedroom too long after you see the lump in the bed. Once you see a lumpy shape in the bed, you should drop your flashlight and go downstairs immediately. If you stick around, you will see him. It's debatable whether you actually need to drop your flashlight, but all reports of individuals who didn't drop their flashlight failed the ritual. This is likely another correlation rather than causation, but there is no proof either way. There are also anomalies that have occurred in certain reports. Most have not been verified. Here is a list of such anomalies and what you should do if they occur. Hearing talking upstairs. Ignore it. Don't respond. Mirrors breaking. The man may be angry. Move throughout the house at a quicker pace. Bedroom door not shutting. There is nothing you can do about this. Every ritual in which this has occurred has been a failure. Being able to turn on the lights during a ritual, leave the house immediately. Being able to use technology, leave the house immediately. Being able to leave the house. If you attempt to leave the house and succeed, you should leave. Some people believe that the lights turning on, technology working, or being able to leave the house is a divine intervention and should be taken advantage of. Not doing so has always led to failure. Lights flickering during a ritual. Go into the basement and hide. The ritual never starts. These are the only reports that have been verified. It is the most common anomaly. In fact, reports show that up to 60% of attempts don't work. Most people don't know that the ritual hasn't begun until hours after they believed it to have started. Here are some signs it didn't work. The house isn't that dark when you go downstairs at 2 a.m. You don't hear any noises upstairs for at least 1 hour. You can turn the lights on, use technology, or leave the house. Don't trust this, as they can also be anomalies. Your flashlight never dies. Now, you probably want to know the worst consequence of all. Seeing the man. This has been reported a multitude of times. I know this because I myself attempted the ritual several years back. I was in a rut and tried the ritual to improve my luck. I woke up at 2 a.m., left the bedroom, avoided looking at mirrors, and blindfolded myself at all the right times. My mistake was when my flashlight flickered. I went upstairs and opened my bedroom door. I looked at my bed, which was at the back wall in the center of the room. I did not see a lump. The man was sitting up and looking directly at me. My flashlight then turned on. It had never died. I had gone up too soon. Just as I was about to run, the man quickly got out of bed and went into the mirror. All the lights in my house turned on. My mirror now said the following: 8/30/19. We play again. I had no good fortune that morning. I played the game again a week later. I played the game on the date that is written on the mirror at the end of the ritual. I have been playing every week ever since. The reason I'm telling this story is because I just played the game last night. Each time, I have succeeded and awoken to some good news. Last night, I succeeded again, but instead of seeing a date, I saw a smiley face. I don't know what this means. I have scoured all known reports, but I have not seen anything about this. I hope this means that the game is over, or maybe nobody's lived to tell the tale.